name's Chad Taylor, and I am here with a special guest today because we're about to do something different. We have a new podcast starting here on this set, and it's, believe it or not, called Vegas Podcast. Literally YouTube Vegas Podcast. So a little less of the more serious and a little more of
risque
or real life, as my guest Kory would say. Kory, introduce yourself.
I would. My name is Kory McDonagh. I've been a bartender in Vegas for over 25 years. Vegas really is Vegas. It's thank you.
One of the best in town. So we have a lot of fun. We golf. We go camping. We take the kids to the mountains. We, little ladies and stuff.
We're
so
homies.
we have a good time.
Yeah.
So we're bros. You're doing a podcast this week, and he's like, "Yeah,
Let's go.
let's do it."
Let's go.
And then you were like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, it's not mine.
I was like, yeah, I thought it was going to be a guest on your show.
No, it's going to be your show."
That's cool, man. I'm
All
ready.
right. So I'm going to give Kory a podcast show. And the reason I thought about it is because he's one of the funniest people I've ever met. That you know about sports. Every time I see you at the bar, like shutting somebody down on sports, like they come up with something and you just shut them down.
And somebody tried to start spitting just random facts about this and that, and they just look at me and then look at them and be like, oh,
Here we go.
I know where this is going.
We know where this is going.
Shh, just stop. And they're like, dude, just stop talking. He's like, you're not wrong. I'm like, no, it was this in 96. It was this in 2000. No, what? Oh, shit. And Alan and Joe are just like, we told you. Because I've been behind a bar for 25 years, what do I do most of my time? I'm looking at sports highlights. I'm looking at stuff, and I remember it all sticks. And I've been in touch with sports celebrities in this town. I know I have a lot of knowledge about the insiders and stuff. So that kind of stuff just sticks with me because I love trivia. It's focus. I can't remember where I put my shoes. My wife has to find them for me. But when it comes to shit from like 20 years ago, I'm like, oh, no, I remember that in 92. I was in high school at this moment when Magic Johnson came out with AIDS. But, oh, no, it was 80. Just grew up on sports, and I loved watching it and loved playing it. So that kind of stuff sticks with me.
So never done a podcast.
Never.
You've never been
This
on
is my first
radio,
time.
television,
Yeah.
nothing. This
like
is the first time on camera.
OnlyFans, nothing yet.
Yeah, not
We're
yet.
just start.
Got it.
This is you're getting me my start.
All right. So if you were going to do a podcast, bullshit, all bullshit aside, what would you do it about? I know you've been at least for the last couple of days thinking about it.
I have. I've been racking my brain. Like for me, okay, so we even talked about maybe the title being nothing else to talk about because
you have everything to talk
I
about.
have everything to talk about. And when I see these sports shows where, for example, they're comparing LeBron James's Bulls of the 90s to Steph Curry's teams of today and who would win, I find it ridiculous. It drives me crazy because you're talking about an era with Jordan and them back there and playing against Lambeer and Rodman. Steph Curry would get crushed. He wouldn't be able to play a full season. They would hammer him. Steph Curry plays for the Golden State Warriors, small guard, shoots lights out. He's great, but basketball. You're killing me, Chad. So listening to stuff like that, it's like, why are you comparing apples to oranges? Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about stuff now. I hate the comparisons. Who's the GOAT? Kobe, Michael. Okay, you're talking about the greatest of all time, right?
Yeah.
There is no such thing as the greatest of all time because the best player that ever existed could be in 2042. You know what I mean? So the greatest of all time, maybe the current greatest of all time, whatever. Comparisons like that. The other day, there was a game, was Michigan against Alabama, and the thing read, did Michigan win it or did Alabama lose it? Well, yeah, idiot. The answer is just yes. It's just fucking yes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Who cares about a question like that? Because one team played better, the other team lost. Who cares? That kind of questioning for me drives me crazy. But
what would be a better question?
Does Michigan look worthy to go to the national title game? Because
so
they're going to the national title. Let's talk the team that won. Let's talk about the team forward. Exactly. Let's go with the team. Let's not talk about the team that lost. They know they lost. They're going home. Let's not rub it in. Oh, did they lose it? Alabama players on the plane.
Yeah.
Did we lose it or did they win it? No, you lost. It's fine. Go home. You did really good. You had a great season.
Yeah.
But those questions like that. And I'm big, I'm big on conspiracies. I love conspiracies in sports. I love the theory of the NFL being predetermined, that they know who's going to go every year. Do you know there's
it is predetermined.
Right.
Didn't you just see what's his name on NASCAR come out and say, like they'd call down
they
the radio and be like, slow it down.
Okay, and so for stuff like that, like they're saying the NFL is scripted, right?
Of course
and
it is.
they're
It's
asking,
an entertainment company.
Exactly. So they did this rumor question, right, with the actual live NFL players. And they're like, what's your script? And he's like, for me to get 2,000 yards, he's just bullshitting around.
Have fun
because if you're going to script a league, it has nothing to do with the players. It's the refs. The refs are the ones that are going to control everything. They can call holding every play if they want.
Yeah.
They can call anything they want. The other day, I know you're not big on the sports, but Detroit was playing Dallas, right? So Detroit comes out with this
basketball?
I think it's football.
Football, okay.
This linebacker is coming out and declared eligible as a receiver. He's lining up near the tight end slot on the end.
Okay.
You see the refs go to the players on the Dallas. This is the opponent. This is the Detroit Lions that declared this big man as eligible to be a receiver.
Okay.
They go to the Dallas Cowboys, and you can see them even making the pantomime motion. They're like, he's eligible to receive. You see the lineup, right? They're going for two. They're going for. That's what
I've
they do.
seen that before, but it was late night here in Vegas.
Did,
It wasn't
right.
on the football field.
Is that more prison talk?
Sorry, it was okay.
So you see this guy point down to the line judge. The line judge is looking at the receivers to make sure they're not offsides. Now, mind you, Detroit's going for a 2-point conversion with no time left to win the game.
Okay.
This dude runs out, catches it in the flat, touchdown, game over. Their 2-point conversion. It should have been over, right? Refs, flag, ineligible man downfield. Wait, why?
Yes.
Super controversial
Okay.
because they did everything they were supposed to do, but the refs didn't want Detroit to win, so that was their go-to. Oh no, he didn't declare. We saw you declaring him legitimately, pointing to him, nodding, saying yes. They knew that he was an eligible receiver, but
Does
that didn't fit the narrative.
Does that change football for everybody
What's that?
if it's scripted?
No, people still watch it, but it's listed as an entertainment company. When
Correct.
it's it's a good distraction. It's good for all of us to have something to watch. I'm a
Yes.
I'm a super nut about sports. Green Bay Packers, Spurs,
Yeah.
the teams that I watch religiously. I'm gonna watch it, even if they told me, "Hey, your Spurs aren't winning this year because they're scripted to lose." Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, I'm still gonna watch because I enjoy it.
Because it's entertainment.
Because it's entertainment. But when you have that much money involved,
Does it
and
change the betting?
it changes the betting, and that's the thing is, these guys can control it. They can keep Vegas in business. They know, hey, this is what's going to happen. So these guys who set the lines, I don't think they're like that in on it, but they have an idea, right? When
Right.
you're talking about billions of dollars a year, fantasy football, sportsbook betting, all that stuff, it's such a trickle-down effect. When you're talking about that much money up top,
Yeah.
they don't care about us, the fans. They're doing what they think we want to see.
Well, they care about us. They're entertaining us.
Exactly. But they don't care if we're happy our team won or lost. They're just happy that we're tuning into the product, right?
Yeah.
So I love stuff like that. I love conspiracies.
It's
not
like
just about
blue and
sports.
red. It doesn't matter which party wins. They
Right.
just want us fighting
Right.
about it.
Have you seen
Keeps us busy.
what's outside the fucking Matrix? I'm staying in here, man. There's pizza and vagina. Like, you know what I mean? This is where we live.
There's an outside out of the Matrix? Sweet.
Ugh, no, you keep
That's
that goop
nuts.
to yourself. I know it's not really steak, but it sure tastes like steak.
So you just proved that you love sports.
Yeah.
And you love conspiracies.
Love conspiracies.
go
All
down rabbit holes
conspiracies.
like
Not even
crazy.
just sports conspiracies. You know me.
And conspiracies are fun.
They're so much fun because I've always been in the mindset. You can tell me anything. My brother had me looking into the flat Earth for a minute. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for him. But when you
Come
look
on,
at
math says it's flat.
it says it's flat. Math says, but I get it, and that's my thing. Is I'm like maybe it doesn't
math's
change.
made up,
It
too.
doesn't change. Yeah, math doesn't really exist. Well, have you tried Common Core math, man? You haven't had young kids in a while.
And I just saw one the other day that math is not open to interpretation, so it is discriminatory.
What? They changed math. Remember The Incredibles? You can't change math. They changed math.
2 + 2 could be
5.
Could be 5.
It
I
could
mean, you have
be.
to be open to interpretation.
Right.
Open.
Oh, this generation, man. This whole world right now
Okay,
is just so nutty.
sports and interpretation. So what's the name of a show?
Ah, man, I've been tossing some things around. I love yours, like we talked about, nothing else to talk about, because when they bring up stupid hypotheticals, that means you have no real sports to talk about, right?
Okay, so
'Cause
nothing
you
else
have
to talk
make
about.
shit
It's an
up.
idea. So when this goes on for a podcast, for a first podcast for
Right.
you, there's a comment section on YouTube, so that people can put comments under it.
Right.
You're going to send this out to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to give the name so that they can vote on which name you should get.
All
So
right
what's
on.
one of the names?
I like Sportspiracy.
Sports
Yeah,
Spiracy.
the conspiracy theory with
Okay.
sports, right? I
Okay.
like the one, nothing else to talk about.
Nothing else to talk
Um,
about because there's a lot to talk about. So
There's always something
kind
to
of
talk
a play
about.
on words.
Something legit that you can talk about now instead of these hypotheticals
Okay.
that drive me crazy. That's all I haven't got right now. I really haven't
Okay.
thought of too much more.
All
I
right. So if
gotta get
anybody
a
else has
couple
any
more.
ideas of what name Kory's podcast, put it
Yeah.
in there.
Set it out.
I want to
Let's
get you on camera and just see how you feel. How do you feel?
I feel comfortable. It's great.
You could
I
do
got
this.
I got my buddy here, so it's
You
like
could
you know
do
what I
this,
mean? I
huh?
can totally do this.
And you have the personality for it.
I
so.
love it. This is great. I love, I talk for
Yeah.
a living, man, and I love what I do.
Yeah.
Where I work at, Timbers, Horizon and Stephanie. It's
Yeah.
the best job I've ever had. Half Shell was
yeah,
a close
Timbers
second.
sponsorship money. He
Yes,
just dropped
yes.
the T word. Andrew.
No, he already gives me plenty of money. Guy takes care of me, man. I'm spoiled
Yeah.
over there. But I think I'm really good at this because I genuinely love it. I've had jobs where I actually had to work hard. It makes so much less
You do
money.
work hard. I watch you.
I do, but it's this kind of work. I've dug ditches. I used to drain septic tanks, man. So now I get to be in an air conditioning place, making lifelong friends. I make friends. I don't just like, you're not a bar guest who comes in. Oh, what's up, Chad? How you doing? I hope you, so I can make some money.
Is it weird that I don't drink anymore? Am I less fun?
A little bit. Well, I mean, the microdosing on the mushrooms helps. You know what I mean? When you come in like
Well,
that. But
trying to take mass
no, man,
quantities.
I just love what I do so much because, and we'll get into that later, but you know my past and the things I've
Yeah.
been through. I've been through so much that I know this is the good times. I went through the hard times already. Nothing in the future can really be as bad as my past. So the things I've been through make me appreciate this more. And I think that's something I'd like to help younger bartenders with, that they kind of take it for granted, right? You got a lot of them, and they're just so hung up on percentages and stuff, right? Oh God, that guy just hit 10 grand. He gave me $200. Yeah, that sucks, right? But then I've got a you who hits 4 grand and I get $400 or $500. So you got to be able to take the good with the bad, and don't let it affect you. Don't let it affect the way you treat guests, because even if they don't tip, they're playing. They're keeping us floating. The more play we get, the more secure your job is.
And bartending these days, and especially in Vegas with the local bars and the machines, it's not just bartending anymore. You are a promoter of your location for gamers. Probably gamers more than anything.
Absolutely. You got to sell the dream.
Players fund those bars.
You got to sell the dream, man. You got those jackpots that hit, man. It's enticing. It's enticing for me. When I'm working and I'm seeing people hitting, I want to play. Like, I want that jackpot. You know what I mean? I play. Me and my wife play. So I think it's easier for me because I can relate. I like to drink. I like to gamble. That's what you're doing. Let's talk while you're doing that.
So you know how to, you inherently know how to make sure they enjoy their time, because your service is over the top. So like anytime you turn around, I need a drink, I need some food, I need whatever it is. Like, you're just always there, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Because you see it, you watch it, you understand it.
I've
It's
always
like, if I was sitting there, what would I want? Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Head on a swivel, man. I learned that from one of my bosses in the past. Always have your head on a swivel. So if I see somebody with this much of their beer left, and I see somebody else with this much, I know I'm going to get their beer. But while I'm getting that beer, I see that beer coming, so I'm going to grab those 2 beers, right? Pop, pop, here you go. So people, I never want someone, especially a regular, and I know what they drink, I never want them to have to ask me for a drink.
Hey, barkeep.
I don't like that. Oh, hey, you. Hey, excuse me.
Snapping work?
Dude,
snapping
you know
good?
Rand still comes in. I've known that dude 7 years, and I had to snap on him after year 4. Hey, excuse me. Bartender. And I'm like, Rand.
And Rand, just in case Rand watches this, Rand, courtesy, my friend. Courtesy. We love you, but a little courtesy.
But I was like, bro, Rand, my name is Kory. You know my name is Kory. Can you please use that? Like, I call you Rand. I know your drink before you even sit down. Yeah. And it's stuff like that you got to be able to take stuff with a grain of salt, thick skin, and just enjoy it, man, because these kids don't understand how great a career this is. It really is a good career, because I'll have people, hey, man, I could get you a job making $20 an hour. And I'm like, that's so cute. I couldn't pay one bill with a check.
Our bartenders in this town can make anywhere between $50,000 and $250,000 from what I've seen. So bartenders can make money. There's some that do, some that don't. I remember back when I was younger, and the bartenders, when I was 21, 22, 23, they were at the beach and stuff here in Vegas, making 150 grand, 200 grand. I couldn't believe it. Buying houses, doing everything. I was like, all right, here, it's a career.
Right. And that's the thing, it's like the beach, a local place. Like, that's the thing is, I've never been a strip guy. I've never worked at the bigger casinos. Because you don't get that personal connection. I never would have met you. Never had a good friend that I consider a friend. I don't consider you, like I said, you're not a bar guy. You're my buddy. We travel together. We vacation together. And you can make those kind of relationships at the local bars, because it's all of us, right? We all work here. We all want to unwind together. We all want to. So when I see you, you're like me. You like to come drink when you're off. You like to gamble, do whatever. And that's what I do too. So I sometimes wonder what it's like to be on the strip, on those guys where you're seeing people who you're never going to see again. They don't care if you like their tip. They don't care if you're nice to them. They don't want you to be their friend. They're just give me my drink. You know what I mean? I've seen it a lot.
I think we should go grab a bartender from the strip and have him come in and let you interview him for one of your first
That'd be fun. I mean, they get that union gig. They're sweet. They got that sweet hourly retirement, which most local bartenders in the littler joints, we don't have that. You know what I mean? We're not check to check, but day to day, because I might make 300 tomorrow, I might make 5,000. I've done it all. Like, I've had those days, and you have dry runs when the machines are cold. So I can see the stability of the checks that they get, those $18, $20 an hour on top of your tips. But for me, I'd rather trust the generosity of locals. No offense, tourists, but in general, I'll trust my locals who are going to see me the next day. They're going to see me in another 2 weeks. So a lot of them will have the respect that I'm a regular, you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. And it works sometimes. Sometimes there's plenty of regulars who are terrible tippers, but you know what? They keep me employed. They keep the machines playing. So we call them handle fairies, right? Handles the amount of play. The amount of play you get in the
handle
machine.
Fairy?
No,
Sweet.
you're sweet booty.
Sweet booty.
That's what we call you. Me, Joe, and Alan, just because we've seen it.
Different show, bro. Different show.
Hey, I don't see any stuff on the wall. We're all good here. But it's like, there's this guy who comes in, no names, and nice guy. He's really friendly, and he really likes me. He brings me gifts sometimes, but he'll hit, say he hit 20K, right? Yeah. And sometimes people can be unintentionally condescending, right? Yeah. So gets his 20K. It took like 45 minutes for the money truck to come. Hey, Kory, come here. slaps down 200. He's like, you take that nice wife of yours out to dinner. And I'm like, thanks, man. We'll enjoy Outback, but we really like Hanks. So, you know what I mean? It's like things like that. And then the other day, same guy.
Yeah.
He hit 2,600 and he had a 20 in his hand for me. He's like, hey, I'm not giving this to you if you're going to play when you get off. I don't want to know my money's going into a machine. I think I told you the story.
I heard it.
And I was like, I'm like, bro, just keep it then. Like, okay, so you get to play, but you think I'm Oliver over here? You think I make no money?
What are the top three?
Top three. I like this. I love lists like
for
this.
A bartender.
The easiest
with the one.
The easiest one. The easiest one, man. Very friendly. You know me. Hey, how's it going? How you doing today? Bud Light. I'm like, I'm not a human or anything. Don't acknowledge the fact that I just asked you a question on your day and how your life is going. Just, even if you're fine, Bud Light. I'd respect that. That's fine. Just to look at me and bark their order at me when I'm just, hey, how's your day going? How you doing? Bud Light. I'm like, screw you, man. I just smile and go get it.
Number one irk. When you show up at a bar and someone says hello to you.
Pleasant greeting.
Pleasant greeting.
Yeah, and you get just you're not a human. You're here to get my stuff. You get my drinks. Don't talk to me. Like stuff like that.
Got it.
Other
All
things.
right, that's number one. What's number two?
When you get the regulars and you love dearly, and I'll call them out on it all day. They'll see me. They'll see me running. They'll see me doing shit. Hey, Kory, can you get another shot? When you get a minute. Okay, that's implied. Like, I understand you're not telling me snap right now. The when you get a minute, it's a funny one. This isn't an irk one as much as it's ironic. One, you
son of a bitch.
Oh, I know, and I called you out on it. I remember that shit. I'm like, I know, Chad, it's Kory, when I get a minute.
My water's empty.
Drop what you're doing.
Let me get another
right
one.
now.
When
right
you
now.
Have time.
Or on the same kind of line, I'll literally have a pen and paper in my hand, taking somebody's food order. Kory, and I look over. Let me get another Bud Light. I'm like, side eye, like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, yeah. Okay, I'll be right there. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're that important that you got to interrupt you obviously see what I'm doing. I'm taking people's orders.
Okay.
Just be patient for a second. You know I'm going to take care of you. Most people don't have to ask me for anything. So,
that's
true.
And
then the number one irk is the snap or the whistle or the scream from across the bar. When, like I said, I'm doing something on the other side, taking an order. Kory, I had a person the other day.
I do too.
I had a person the other day. Oh, same kind of guy, right? He
Yeah.
walks in the door. I've got a full, complete bar. He's at the ATM. Kory! I look up like, somebody on fire? What's going on? He's like, Crown Royal. I'm like, hi, I'm not a human. I got you right now. Where do you want it? So I look, everybody starts laughing, right?
But you're so damn good at it.
I was busy as shit. So I go to the well and I'm making drinks. It's not a minute later, he comes over and sits in the machine. He's like, where's my fucking drink? And I looked at him and I was like, buddy, you know I love you. You know I love you. But no, it doesn't work like that. You don't come in and everybody drops their pants for you like instantly.
Right.
Those people, you have those impatient people, especially the people who play bigger money, which I understand. We learned
it by watching you, though. You spoiled the shit out of us. Now we just expect it.
I do, and
you're really good at being the bitch that just handles us.
Yeah, I love it.
Well,
not as well as Karen. Karen will stab a bitch. Like we all gotta have that mama house.
So you overtrained us to be so well taken care of that if you miss at any point by 10 seconds,
my expectations are pretty. People have very high expectations, and I love that. I love that people know, and I've had people make comments like, for example,
it's good to know.
So a regular who you would know.
Yeah.
It was a busy New Year's Day, right? Busy as hell. And he made a comment because I had a full bar and it's just on my phone because everybody had everything they needed for a second. I'm trying to lure people out. It's my job. Get to come see me, whatever.
Your girl just fell off the countertop.
What?
You can't shoot OnlyFans over there. Can you?
What just happened?
We broke set.
What'd you do over
there?
Sorry,
Mama. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
free time.
Oh man, between me and my wife, and we have a 10-year-old son. We don't have a lot of free time, man. When it comes down to it, we both work days. By the time we get off work,
if you had free time.
Oh man, we want to get to a beach so bad. But in town, we like to go drink and play. We like to go see other bartenders as part of the circle, right?
I noticed that. All the bartenders travel around and see all the bartenders.
And that's what we do. That's the beauty of Henderson as opposed to Vegas. No disrespect, Vegas.
Yeah.
But Henderson bartenders are the best returners of favors. What do we call it in the business, right? I'm going to come see you. Try a couple $100. I'm going to tip you whether I win or lose. Hopefully I hit and tip you big.
Yeah.
That next week, I'll see them come see me. You know what I mean? It's like rotating money, but it's still respecting that. You came to see me. It's kind of a lost art because a lot of the younger kids, even in Henderson, aren't as good at it. They forget because I'm spending my money with you.
Yeah.
Where's the love back? But in Henderson, I feel like it's much more consistent.
Someone's just explaining the porn industry to me, the adult industry, that it was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
He's actually sitting in this room.
Wait, what?
But it's actually the same thing where the adult industry kind of cycles its money through itself. Like every year, 40,000 people turn 18 and get into the adult industry.
Okay.
And then they all spend money with each other. They make a lot of money, but then they also spend it back on their own industry, watching, consuming other adult content. Like it's like
fair.
a self-cycling.
Yeah, so they're paying for OnlyFans to support their OnlyFans.
Yes.
See, that's a beauty.
When they're making
that's a beautiful thing.
When they're making $100,000 a month, they can subscribe to $25 a month for a bunch of OnlyFans.
A bunch of other people. That's such a beautiful concept. That's
right.
great. Keeping it in the business. Keep it in the
So
family.
what you just described in the bartender world, it's kind of the same thing.
It really is.
With the bartenders and the gamers.
Yep.
How many bartenders are in this town?
Oh God, how many bartenders?
Yeah,
I have no clue, man.
I need you to find out. That's a homework assignment.
That's a great question.
Homework assignment. All right, so you golf?
Terribly, yeah, but you know,
nice,
but
good.
I can hit off the tee.
All right, so golf, kid, with the kid doing the job, doing the thing.
I like to play basketball. I haven't done it in years though, because I'm getting old, my knees and my back and stuff. But I wanted to get Connor into some sports. We swim a lot in our backyard. We just got a house with a pool, so we take full advantage of that. But heating, it's expensive, so winter not so much. But playing with our puppies, and we're kind of homebodies, man. Like, because we're out so much, me and my wife, for a living, we're out socializing. We literally socialize for a living, right? Get to have conversations. All our people come in, and I'm walking around a bar all day. So when I get off, like a lot of times, we just like to watch shows and movies together. Me and my wife, Alyssa, by the way, love you. We just love spending time together. And we get out sometimes stuff. We used to go to more movies and stuff, but now that everything's digital, and I love my TV and my couch at home, I'd rather be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
We hang out with friends. We'll do some barbecues and stuff like that, and go to Pioche and have fun with friends like that. So, I mean, that's the things we look forward to. So our day-to-day is pretty mundane. Even on our weekends, we're usually pretty low-key, kind of the same thing. But we look forward to the trips with friends and barbecues so much that when it gets there, it's like a holiday. You know what I mean? When we go to Pioche, that's like, my son, brings it up every month on the month. And he's like, when are we going? Being out in the woods with you guys, getting away from all the digital stuff. He had a lot of fun out there.
It's good to see kids come alive like that.
Oh my God, that's all we did. Just being out in nature. We want to do more stuff like that. We plan on doing more stuff like that. We're not strip people. Like friends come into town, hey, let's go down to the strip. We're like, you go ahead. We'll see you when you're done. We'll show you our local spots. These are really cool places. We like go out to eat a lot of places on Water Street. Like we stay in Henderson. We almost entirely.
I think everybody stays close to home these days.
Right? Yeah. There's just so much shit going on out there. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be stuck in traffic for 3 hours. Traffic frustrates the fuck out of me. Like I don't do it, man. I'm too, you know me, I'm too ADD. I can't just be sitting still in a car for 3 hours to get to a show.
So, speaking ADD, so where were you born?
Born in Eugene, Oregon. But I don't know anything about it. I don't remember it. Tucson is where I grew up from 7th grade-ish all the way through high school. I got adopted when I was 14 years old.
Tucson,
my dad wanted to keep going, and I was done. 15, sorry, as a sophomore.
Okay.
And finally put some roots down, became a big U of A fan, and then I came back here as soon as I was 22. Went to Laughlin when I was 21. I was a table games dealer. That's what's my first career
right
in
the
this
casino
town.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Laughlin, Nevada, I broke in as a table games dealer, and I loved it. I love table games, right? But the frustrating thing about that, actually, I came here to Barley's to open that one as a table games dealer. Table games are fun. They're a lot of fun. As fun as bartending, honestly. Maybe even more in some ways.
Okay.
If I could be a table games dealer in this town and keep my own tips, I'd give up bartending forever because there's more money in it. You get a lot more chances. Yeah. So when the pit closed at Barley's, they were like, hey, people love you here. We want to keep a familiar face. Would you take a management position? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no goddamn way. What can we do to get you to stay?
Minimum wage just went up to $32,000 in some states.
See, yeah, imagine that. I mean, it was a lot more money back then. But then the food and beverage, what can we get you to do to get you to stay? Yeah. And I was like, well, I bartend, but I know nothing about it. The food and beverage director was like, you start tomorrow night. We got a graveyard shift open. Good luck. So
have fun.
So I started my first shift at Barley's the day the pit closed. So mind you, all these guys I've been working with for 4 years and girls, they get off at midnight. Pit's closed for good. Everybody's hugging, crying. Guess what they all do? Come to the fucking bar. Stroke the shit out of me. I'm green. I know nothing. I had poured a couple drinks before, but give me a Long Island, give me a Tokyo tea. I hated all of them. Oh, I wanted to kill them all.
Okay. You brought up the perfect question. I heard this. What is the worst drink to make as a bartender?
Oh,
old fashions.
Old fashions. That's not the worst.
Are they
the worst.
hard?
No, they're not. Nothing's hard. It's an easy
time.
job. Okay, the time most time-consuming drink to make in the world as a bartender
Yeah.
is a Bloody fucking Mary.
Okay, so if you want to piss off a bartender,
Yeah.
order a few Bloody Marys.
Right when they're in the middle of a rush, especially. Like you're on swing shift, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they see you're in the weeds. Because any bartender can put vodka and tomato juice Bloody Mary, but we're professionals, right? We all have our own recipes, and there's a billion recipes for Bloody Marys. Mine's 14 ingredients, man. So by the time, but it sometimes takes me longer to make it than for people to drink it. And that, did you taste that? Like, oh, that was the best I ever had. I'll have another. I'm like, that was 3 minutes, man. It took me 5 to make it. You know what I mean? So it's fun. I take pride in my Bloody Mary. I love showing off my Bloody Mary, especially when I'm slow. I'll recommend it.
Bloody Mary 1. Yeah. What's number 2?
Oh, God.
Why an old-fashioned?
Old-fashioned, okay, because then you got to do the cherries, muddle it, orange, muddle it, shake it, then pour it. Then you got your soda. Then you got your bitters. It's the amount of ingredients, not as much as the procedures, right? Mojitos, you got to muddle the mint and the lime. You got to get in there. That's a good motion. You got to get in there. You got to muddle it up. And it's the time. Life would be easy if everybody wanted a beer and a shot, right? But we take pride in those drinks. Mai Tai, another one. Mai Tai. You got 4 liquors, 3 fruit juices, your garnish. It's all the accoutrement, all the stuff that you got to do with it. It makes the difference.
I heard one of the other bartenders the other night, that was Joe Allen. He said something about a drink, and said the worst thing was when somebody orders. And I should let them tell it when they're on here. But when someone orders some type of drink, but make it strong. It was like long. What?
Oh yeah, that's one of the irks. That's one of the irks you're talking about. I had to get you. Hey,
what is it?
Yeah, the irks you're talking about. Yeah. Hey, let me get a shot of vodka and make it strong. I'm like, you want a double? No, just make it strong. I'm like, bro, this ain't 1980, man.
What's a drink that is a Long Island?
Long Island is almost all alcohol, right, and they say make it strong. Like it's already fucking strong, man. There's no make it a double. There's no such thing as a double Long Island. It's already about 4 ounces of booze in there. There's no room.
People say make it a double?
Oh yeah, I've heard double Long Islands, Tokyo Teas, all the most ridiculous things. Mai Tai, make me a double Mai Tai. A Mai Tai's got 151, Bacardi, and Myers, and it's got 3 liquors in it already. So you're talking about 3.5, 4 ounces out of a 12-ounce glass. So you want me to do 7 ounces of liquor and 5 ounces of mixer? Yeah, no. And not to mention, you're talking about 6 shots.
He's great, right? So, are you entertained over there, Mama? Yeah?
See, she knows not to say anything. She's not.
He's a natural. Yeah. No, put your clothes back on. Yeah.
No, don't. Film that way. Film that way. Get my money.
The casting couch.
She put her feet just over the counter here, like little advertisement, just feet right by me.
So Vegas has changed, and we're gonna do Vegas podcast, and I'm probably gonna have 11 verticals, 21 hosts, and 7 days a week. So there's gonna be 21 people hosting, talking about 11 different verticals.
What's
in
a vertical?
Vegas,
I don't know what
gaming,
that means.
Entertainment, hotel.
Vertical is like your topic?
Yeah, vertical would be the topic, or the industry.
Okay.
So there'd be 11 and then 7 days a week. So obviously 7, 11, and 21 because those are our lucky. And it's called Vegas Podcast. And it has 0 subscribers right now.
Right.
0.
Right.
And the fact that I even got Vegas Podcast
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm not sure
how that not get taken
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we have it, and it's YouTube. So we're going to try and get as many subscribers as possible, having 0 content on it.
Right.
And pieces from this of yours will be the first pieces of content on it.
Appreciate that.
But I want you to just show and then deliver value, because you got to deliver value or entertainment to somebody.
Right.
Right? Just like you would pay for sports, even if it was rigged, it's still entertaining me.
That's what I want to watch.
So you give them value or entertainment. Can you tell locals in Las Vegas etiquette as to why drinks cost money and not everything is free anymore?
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. It's such a different time. Like you said, man, back in the day, I've been bartending a long time. You put a 20 in the machine, I'm going to get your drink. I got you.
Right.
You couldn't see, it wasn't as advanced, obviously. Before, they put a 20 in, I don't see what they play, and they could also cash their ticket out and go to the machine and cash it out. So I couldn't see what they play, right? And so nowadays, it's a crazy concept for me, and I talk about it all the time. Our bosses don't care about the money in the machines. They don't care about what we pay out. They care about what's called handle. Yeah. They want people sitting in front of the machines.
Yeah, don't give me no secrets. You can't.
Yeah,
just make sure
they know. Okay. But I don't get how that's valuable. I always say, so is our boss taking a handle receipt to the electric company? Hey, I don't have cash, but I had 80,000 in handle yesterday. Huh? No, it doesn't. I don't understand that. It's always been cash is king. But in this day and age, it's about the play. It's about the consistent.
So it's
play.
No different than social media. And we're in the attention society.
Yes.
So as long as they have us in the phone or behind the machine on the handle,
just keep playing.
We are patrons of their service.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that they want you guys to have handle, because handle just means you get repetition and play. Keno sucks for handle. It's terrible. You get way lit, but the reward is better, right? Poker, handle all day, because you get your pair of kings, you get to play the handle over again. So you can play the same money over and over. You can get $300-$400 handle out of a $20 bill. In Keno, you're either going to hit a jackpot or your 20 is going to be gone, and you'll have $24 in handle because you got nothing back. For example, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy sometimes in this day and age. Keno is so popular that it's harder for the local bartenders to get their handle requirements, because we all have requirements. We have to have a certain amount of play every day.
You're not just a bartender anymore. You're like a gaming promoter.
Gaming promoter. You have to be, because, hey, try some poker. It's pretty cool. You might like it. No, the people want to play what they want to play. And then when they don't get play, and not at my place. My place is cool. I don't get sweated about anything. My numbers are great. We have great players. But I've seen other places, like other people I know, who get stressed about their numbers all the time. And they're like, okay, for example, we'll have 9,000 in the machine, only 2,000 paid out, right? So the house won $7,000, but they're not happy because their handle was only 15,000. That's not enough handle. How do you control how much return people get out of their play? It's frustrating for us to have to be that analytical and be like, okay.
Because a lot of people are not.
Right.
They're just great bartenders or customer service or.
Right.
Is there a different word for bartender versus male or female, or is it all bartender?
Bartender.
Sweet. Sweet.
All bartender.
So yeah, there are bartenders that are good in certain things, and I kind of feel bad sometimes when I see that it's become that kind of a business where you kind of need both. But it's that way in the big business world too. Like the executives within a company, like you get to C-level execs and above. You want people on the board and in the room or in positions that bring in business.
Right. Yeah.
It's a network.
Yeah. You need a circus barker. You need that person who's going to draw the attention, get you to want to come play. And like you were saying, there's so many hats as a bartender, right? To be the therapist, we got to listen to people's problems, and you got to check your shit at the door. Number one thing, if I could teach any young bartender, I don't care if you're hungover. I don't care if your girlfriend just broke up with you. I don't care what you got going on. When you're here, it's all smiles, man. It's all listen to people. Show. Listen to people. Don't talk. Nobody wants. I'll tell you things when we're at work, at my work and stuff, but in general, I listen. I just like to listen, and I'm cool with it. I listen sometimes to a fault where I'm trying to get away because they see other people.
Do you ever find yourself buying into people's stories where you start to like empathetically feel for them?
Of course. And that's another thing too. In this line of work, you do see people with problem gambling, problem drinking. That's tough for me. Do I have a problem gambling? You suck at it. That's a problem, yeah. But sorry. So when people and you see them falling off the rail and you see that they shouldn't be drinking anymore, and you got to tell, hey man, I got to slow you down a little bit. Some people get offended. And then the gambling too. People ask to borrow money. Hey man, I'm saying, can I borrow $100 till Friday? No, I'm not giving you my money to gamble. I know you're already in a hole. You know what I mean? It's tough to watch because most of these people are my friends and regulars, and you want to be there for them, but at the same time, you're like, man, you got a problem, bro.
Yeah,
like,
you can't give people. You can't give people money. You would too. You would.
I have.
And I was saying you and the other attenders would, but you can't give anybody that's down and out on gambling. You can't give money because. Yeah,
and especially when you see the stress in their eyes, you see they're not having fun anymore. We got those pamphlets on the wall in every casino in this town. When the fun stops, there's so much.
I grab one out the door every time.
Yeah, something to wipe your ass with.
Yeah, throw the trash can outside the door. They piss
losers.
Me off.
The fun stops when you're losing. Yeah, that's what sucks because gambling
is.
It's a drug, man. It's fun. It's the highs are high and the lows are low.
You can call it an addiction, but it can be managed as well. Right? Like,
right,
but it has addictive tendency. So Stanford did that study on it, and it fires the same dopamine as cocaine.
Oh.
So Keno actually fires the same dopamine receptors as cocaine.
Wow.
So I've been a bartender. Everybody's like, Chad, why do you play Keno? I'm like, because I don't do drugs anymore. I don't do drugs anymore. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. Pressing a button for an hour and relaxing with my wife, like, piss off. Like, if you want to judge me for it, go ahead. Have fun. Who cares?
Yeah, it's what I choose to do. And if you can afford to do it, you know. There's been times I've played beyond my means where I shouldn't have, but I've never put my rent. I've had bartenders, other guests that I've seen, and they'll tell, oh my God, I came in with this much money and this much had to go to this bill and I've got this much left. I got to get it back. I'm like, stop, stop.
That's not good.
That's bad. And that's hard to hear. And it's hard to, being an employee and being my job is to get people to gamble. I still won't do it in situations like that. I'd be like, look, man, just pack it up for another day. But you can't talk a degenerate gambler out of gambling. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't. It's like trying to talk a crackhead out of doing crack. No, man, that's not good.
No,
stop
it.
Just stop
crack.
it. Yeah, it's going in. Yeah, it wasn't a question. I'm just like telling you I'm doing this crack, and that's what it is. But I think more like in Henderson. There's a lot more responsible gaming. You don't hear about the people that come in. You hear about people come in from other states and lose their whole house.
I think we squirreled because that's what we were talking about was because you and I squirrel well.
We do.
When they come in, why are things not free anymore? The $20, right?
Right.
Because there's an expense to it.
Yeah.
Like, where did we end up? I got lost.
No, we were talking about that. About how come back in the day when you come in and
I
was here a year ago and I put a 20 in and I got a free drink. Okay, well, with inflation, with everything else going on right now, cost of
the business is just tightening down.
Everything's tightening down. You know, food costs more now. Our food prices
3
around
times.
town.
Yeah.
Johnny Mac's. We love Johnny Mac's, right? Me and her used to get the Henderson special. I think it used to be like $39. Now it's like $70. It's for 2 pounds of wings and a pizza. Everything is so over the top, doubled in price.
I had to buy a cappuccino machine or something for Christmas because my Starbucks, I get Starbucks or Dutch or something. They became like $9.50 for a coffee.
That's insane.
And I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work anymore. There just comes a point when it's like breaking level.
When you're like, I can't be lazy
you get
anymore.
2 in a day and you go, this doesn't work.
Yeah, money, it's crazy. Money will cure your laziness for sure.
All right, so people are landing in Vegas and they're here to spend money and they're here to have a good time.
Right.
And they come by this corner and they're going to go out and do. And they walk into a bar. What are the coolest things that some clients or some customers or things that have ever happened at a bar for you over your lifetime?
Let's see. I think it's cool that this town you never know who you're going to run into. This town, maybe even more than LA, you're going to have a great chance of seeing a celebrity if you're at one of the major casinos, especially.
Right.
I'm dealing blackjack to him, and he's on my first spot. He's playing $50 hands. Just signed a $58 million deal. Loses. Pounds the table. $50. Kind of side eye him. Deal the next hand. $50. Bust. Fuck. Look at him, I smile. He looks at me and just shakes his head. So I deal one more hand. He loses. Fuck. I stop the game. I'm like, Jonathan, your agent just called. You're still rich as fuck. Shut up. He's like, oh, it's like that, Kory. It's like that. Jen was our pit boss. He's like, Jen, did you hear what you just said? She's like, yeah, stop being a little bitch. We don't hear your millionaire problems. I'm like, you're bitching about $150, man. But Louis Anderson, I met a lot of celebrities in this town and what we do. And I think that's one of the coolest things in this town.
Meeting celebrities.
Yeah, you never know if you're going to see a celebrity on the strip or a naked meth head running down Fremont. You know, there's just so many things that there'll be memories. They might not be great memories, but it'll be something you'll be talking about and telling stories. There's so many stories about this town. That things that just happen, they seem surreal. Like the Hangover movie, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is stupid and far-fetched." Is it really? I mean, stealing a tiger, sure, but everything else.
Say that's pretty mellow.
Yeah. There's plenty of shit. Been at casinos where guys are on high. I was playing craps and I'm betting peanuts, man. I was a poor kid back in the day, and this guy's betting, he's winning, throws me $500 chip just because I'm at the table and I'm rolling and he's winning. That's like. There's a lot of generosity in this town. There's a lot of times where you'd be surprised at
this town built me, broke me,
and built you back
and
up.
Is building me again, right? Like
circle. It's the
circle. The only town that I've ever seen do that.
Yeah, I could see that. Like growing up in Tucson, it was cool when I got there, but it got so almost poverty stricken. It became such like a slum. Yeah. Then Hughes Missile Air Company came in there and it started to come back. Like everything goes in waves, I like to think, but I think this town is more consistent as far as the. People are always going to gamble, and people are always going to drink. People are always going to gamble. People are always going to party. Yeah, and we're a worldwide location, destination,
entertainment capital of the world.
Everybody, if you're we're going to Vegas, woo! Like me and you kind of roll our eyes when you see that shit on like TV. Oh, we're going to Vegas, baby! Or like, it's cool, yeah, good. But they're really excited about it. Like some people like to go to the beach, some people like to go up in the woods. Most people. At one point in their life, want to come drink and gamble in Vegas and see what it's all about.
Vegas is special.
It is very special.
It's very special.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a podcast and you're gonna be able to talk about whatever you want, and it'll be on Vegas. It'll be on Vegas podcast, and I'll get a whole sign for the wall and everything. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna have to come up, and I'm gonna have to teach you about how to market yourself and build subscribers and walk through all that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, what I do for a living, right?
You link a lot of that to like social media and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. But you're gonna be really good at it. I actually bought you a present today. I bought you I don't know where it's at. I bought you a microphone. Plugs into the bottom of your phone. Oh. Because I got some ideas for you for YouTube Shorts. So, so it's going to be a YouTube channel, right? You need subscribers. You need to get more people on YouTube Shorts. But with your wittiness and how you do things continuously, you have a little microphone you can put in your phone and you can talk into it. So like at any point during the day, you can just hit record on your phone and something fun happened or cool, right? You can talk into it, do it, click it, upload it as a short. Yeah. And that helps build repetition for you. Right. I have a lot of thoughts on social media and marketing and obviously I do it for a living, so I'm mixed about it.
You got that mind for that.
I'm like a philosopher on one side with it, and I'm like I got a pony in the show on the other side, right? Like I have to be in it.
Yeah.
But when I look at it objectively, I'm like,
Yeah.
right? Marketing is selling. It's manipulation at some level, right?
Right.
Like if you just offer a product and somebody wants it, they're going to come buy it.
Right.
That would be the base level. The moment you start to promote the product, you're then affecting emotions of somebody else, which is essentially manipulation.
Yeah.
So
Makes perfect sense.
So there's a balance there. It takes minute amounts of narcissism, I'm sure, to be really good at it.
I got you. I can do that.
Right? I got some of that. So I'm gonna teach you about all those pieces, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But today I wanted to get you on camera. I wanted to hear from you. I want to see how you felt comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first, but for me, it's just you, my buddy, and my toothless friend over there who's in pain, and I feel bad for him. Like he's a trooper, by the way.
Do this. He's gonna get old right now.
Oh my God. But I mean, I talk in front of 15, 20 people all the time at work. I'm just comfortable talking.
What is the most value? What would be the most value that you could give? What group of people could you give the most value to over the next year if someone gave you a magic wand to teach or do?
Young bartenders, young apprentice bartenders, bar backs. I've been through all this, man, and I know. And just to help them.
So can you start a bartender class?
I could, yeah.
Like, well, you're already a bartender. You get your license. You're
I think
a bartender.
my owner has intentions for me to do that for his company as well.
Really?
So, yeah. So I'm the trainer at my job. They only bartenders that get hired in our company have to train with me, and I have to give the approval that they're good enough and they're
Can we
solid.
set the training bar up here on the corner downstairs where every tourist can stop and grab a drink?
That'd be awesome. Yeah, especially you got rookie bartenders. Yes. Hey, let me make this drink. I got to sample it. Make sure it's good.
You can call it like first shots or something because you get off, you drop, you land off the plane, you come down the runway.
It's just
boom,
like the dental
shots.
School over there. You get rookies in your mouth, and down here you get rookie drinks in your mouth. That's another podcast. Sorry.
All right. This was good.
It was fun.
We will. We'll do a reel. We'll do a reel. We'll do a session. I'm gonna have you on human connection.
Okay.
I want to have you on there. I want to have like a mentor. Human connections.
Much more G-rated, right?
Yeah. Just like something that you have no problem going in front of, 5, 10-year-old, like younger kids.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Parents can watch
right.
Try and keep those audiences separate because I have a respect for the younger generation.
Right.
And once you see something, you can't unsee something. That's probably the problem. That's a lot of what's going on in the world right now. So if there's something that's not rated or shouldn't be for them, they shouldn't be for them. So
absolutely.
We'll do one of those. And then we're going to get a logo done for you. We're going to get you set up and we're going to get you moving. And then your job is going to be able to go out and get as many subscribers as you can for your channel. It's going to be a blast.
Sounds like a blast to me, brother. I'm excited.
Rock and roll.
Rock on.